Thank you very much for staying with us once again and joining us on this channel, Sports 70GH. It's always a great pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very much for staying with us. Let's bring you the very latest news on here on this channel, Sports 7GH. Please do want to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and select all. Leave your thoughts, comments, views, opinions below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a great pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very much for staying. Today, Jerry Efriye Ghana under 20 star was unveiled by CD Logo in Spanish third tier side. CD Logo. Now, don't forget that Jerry Efriye was bought by Al Qadisa FC in Saudi Arabia, and he was later loaned to CD Lugo in Spanish third tier football. So he's been unveiled by CD Lugo. He'll play there on loan from Qadisa for the rest of the season, and then maybe subsequently they will see if Al Qadisa of Saudi Arabia will call him back or not. So that's the news coming in. We confirmed to you that he'll be signing for CD Logo, and he has been unveiled by the club, and we had to bring that one to you also on this channel, Sports 7GH. Now let's talk to you about some other stories. Okay, don't forget that the Black Queens coach was unveiled later today. Yes, his name is Kim Lars Bodjekin. Was unveiled later today at the Ghana Football Association press conference area. All right, yes, and he had some things to say. He said that he can see that there are so many talented players in this country, so I am really sure that in the short term we have the potential to be successful, but in the long term I can almost guarantee that we will be successful. So he's saying that, look, Charlie, yes, I've seen that Ghana, we have a lot of quality. In the long term, I can almost guarantee that we will be successful. So he's telling the whole of Ghana that, look, Charlie, the Black Queens, you have a lot of quality players. So in the long term, maybe for about 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, he thinks that we are very close to being successful. But then in the short term, he can, that one too is not conk, or he's not almost guaranteed, but then at least we have the potential to be successful in the short term also. And I think those are some very salient points to be said by a new coach. Like he's hits everything very well, right on the nail, and it's just fantastic for him over there. So he was later unveiled. He said a lot of things. He has signed 2 years with the Black Queens of Ghana, and he will be the coach for the Black Queens for the next 2 years after Nora Haptel left the role for the Zambia Copper Queens. Don't forget also that the Ghana Black Queens will be playing versus Morocco friendly game the 21st of February 2024 and 2025. So I think next week is the day. Yes, next week, Thursday, Friday, Ghana Morocco will be happening in Morocco. It's just a friendly game ahead of the Women's African Cup of Nations. Yes, ahead of that particular tournament. So the new coach of Black Queens has released his squad for the training tour in Morocco. All right, and for that particular friendly game also we are talking about, and some of the new usual names are in there: Presla Dubia, Princess D Marfo, Alice Kusi, Josephine K Bonsu, Evelyn Bedu, Grace Asantoa, Azuma Bergri, Jacqueline Ousu, Jennifer Kujo, Nina Noshi, Comfortia Bois, Portia Boanche, Susan Edua, and a host of other names were called for the particular training tour that will be happening in Morocco, where we are going to play versus Morocco. Ghana versus Morocco will be happening in that particular training tour, right, the 21st of February 2025. Don't forget that today Brighton and Hove Albion has beaten Chelsea Football Club 3-0 at home at the in the English Premier League, and this is the second time Brighton have beaten Chelsea, both in the FA Cup as well as today in the English Premier League. It's a very, very unfortunate news for Chelsea Football Club and their fans. It looks like they just cannot win games, and they are really struggling to win games currently. In their last about 5, 6, 7 games, they've won just once versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. and I think West Ham too, they won, right? Yeah, West Ham they won. So I think yes, they've won versus West Ham. So it's a difficult situation for them, extremely difficult situation. Today they played 8 shots, none of them was on target. Chelsea couldn't play a shot on target today versus Brighton and Hove Albion, as they were beating 3-0. Don't forget that we always have Ghana Black Stars interest when Brighton and Hove Albion is playing. Today again, Tariq Lamptey played a part in Brighton and Hove Albion's 3-0 win over Chelsea Football Club. Yes, he didn't win the Man of the Match award because Gambia's Minta was very instrumental in the game today. He scored 2 goals and obviously won the Man of the Match award. But Tariq Lamptey had a very decent game, helping the Brighton and Hove Albion defense to keep a clean sheet versus Chelsea Football Club, something they really struggled to do in recent times. They kept a clean sheet. 3-0 the game ended for Brighton and Hove Albion at home versus Chelsea Football Club. So that is the news coming in. Brighton and Tariq Lamptey started the game again for Brighton and Hove Albion. The Black Stars of Ghana have been disgraceful these days. You have to get Black Stars back on winning track. Make sure the technical team invite players who deserve to be in the national team. No other person should be allowed to bring their players to the team. Otumfour Nana Osei Tutu II said this to the sports minister when he visited him. Now, Otumfour Osei Tutu was actually talking about the fact that one of the fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko died during the Ghana Premier League game versus Nswatreman and all of that. And so generally he was after talking about that particular incident involving the death of Kumasi Asante Kotoko's fan, he delved into the Black Stars issues, and this is what he had to say about the Black Stars issues, that the Black Stars have been very disgraceful in recent times, and the sports minister should ensure that only players who are deserving should be called, because it looks like players who are not deserving are called to the Black Stars and they just disgrace the team. And he's saying that sports minister also might order the NC form, and I think everybody would agree with the words of the wise one, Nana Otumfour, Nana Osei Tutu II. Otumfour speaking about the senior national team, the Ghana Black Stars. Very, very unfortunate that the Black Stars have been struggling for that long, but we hope that the Black Stars will get back to glory days, qualify for the World Cup 2026 and do very well at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We've already talked to you about the African Cup of Nations draw that happened yesterday at the CAF headquarters. African Cup of Nations under 20. Now the matches or the tournament will start from the 26th of April to 18th of May 2025. We already told you that Ghana is in the same group with Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, Ghana, and then Tanzania. So that's the group A. Group B is Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, and Morocco. Now the tournament will be starting 26th of April, don't forget. But this is what the coach of Ghana under 20 has been saying since the draw came or was announced, and it looks like I'm surprised a bit. Don't forget that Desmond Ofe, who is the head coach of the Ghana under 20 team, is also an assistant coach of the Black Stars of Ghana. He says that, but in this case, all right, let's start from here. We are happy that we are not in Group B. Hey, Jale, because that's a very interesting group. I feel like we are in a position where we can control the narrative of this tournament from our perspective. But in this case, we are in a good position. We just have to make sure we manage the whole squad well and have a really strong bench so that when we rotate with these kind of games, then we can have the upper hand. We can't wait for the tournament to start because we only have one target, which is to qualify to the World Cup. Yes, we've already explained to you that if you want to qualify for the under 20 FIFA World Cup, you have to be the part of the last 4 of the African Cup of Nations. So you have to qualify to the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations African Cup of Nations 2025. That's the under 21. So that's how they qualify for the under 20 FIFA World Cup, and that's why he's saying that he can't wait to qualify for the FIFA World Cup. But my problem is that he says that he thanks God, or what did he say? We are happy that we are not in Group B. That's some way. Well, how can a coach speak like this? How can a coach say this? It's some way, because the teams in Group B, no, they are the same teams you are going to compete for. when you are you are competing with for a slot in the FIFA World Cup. So if you think that Morocco, South Africa, Egypt, and Nigeria are very good teams, and 4 of them are very good teams, and you are happy that you are not in that group, then are we really confident in ourselves that we can do well versus them? Because if you are going, I expect Ghana to be competing for the trophy, competing in the top, be in the semi-finals of this competition. But if it looks like we're already afraid of certain kind of teams, then it is really some way for me, because I didn't expect him to say that. Just say what you want to say without saying we are happy we are not in Group B. That is that. I'm not happy with that, but I just hope that he works hard and gets Ghana under 22 the World Cup. It's very important that we qualify for the World Cup. It's a long time. It's been very long since we qualified for the under 20 FIFA World Cup, and we hope that we will do that for the people of Ghana. Do want to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and select or leave your thoughts, comments, views, opinions below in the comment section if you have any. Definitely, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.